Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, my name is Zainab. I'm a Lagos based YouTuber, and in today's video I will share with you my pregnancy journey and my labor and delivery story. Yes, you heard me right. Thank you so much for all the love on my previous video. If you haven't watched them, please do, because they will give you a backstory to some of the things I will be saying in this video. So I'll start, I'll do this based on my trimester and then about my labor and delivery. My labor and delivery story is a very emotional story, so I'll put that for much later, while I quickly run through my first trimester. My first trimester, it was hell. Because I had all the symptoms. I was vomiting, I was weak, I was sick, and as you guys know, I was working, so it was really hard for me. Like, I got sick, plus I got COVID, and I thought like my life was about to end. And every day somebody would think I was having a twist. Like, every blessed day I was vomiting, like to the extent that later I got used to it, and immediately I wake up, before I brush my teeth, I just sit on the WC and then wait for the vomit to come. Like, literally put my mouth on the sink like this, and like I stopped trying, especially if I didn't eat the night before. Like, I think if I'm hypoglycemic, immediately I wake up, it's like the thing was waiting for me to be like this, and then immediately I wake up to just come out. So it was any and everything. I couldn't eat properly. I started to take only drinks like Lucozade boost because I was so weak and I had to walk. So Lucozade boost, Coke, those are the things I was taking. Not Coca-Cola. Thank you. As I was saying, it was hell. It was hell. I took a lot of anti-emetics. I had to go back to my doctor, and please, like, I literally cannot put anything in my mouth, even water. What should I do? So they wrote some medications for me, but it didn't help. I was always having ginger at the corner of my mouth. That was courtesy my mom. I had to put ginger at the corner of my mouth so that I can chew it once in a while and prevent myself from throwing up. I don't mind throwing up when I'm at home, but at work it was really difficult because it means I have to find a toilet every time, and the workplace toilet is not so good. So that was my first trimester. I'm just trying to summarize, because if I speak about everything in detail, this video will be too long. I might get emotional, so I don't want to make the video so long. I thank God for my friends, my husband, my parents, my in-laws. Everybody was there for me. Like, you guys are the best. So my second trimester, it was the best. It was okay. I was still vomiting, but I had more ginger to work. Because it didn't stop me from doing calls. Like, being pregnant doesn't stop me from doing my night duty. So my second trimester, I had more energy to work. I did all I want. It was just so. My third trimester again, because I started to get more heavier, so like I would tire out very easily. I couldn't walk a lot of distance. I would have to rest. What I just did was I took my time. No, I didn't let anybody rush me. I didn't let anybody put pressure on me. So I took my time as to third trimester and as to things that were expected of me. Some of my orgas or consultants, they would allow me to sit while others are standing. Sometimes they never ask me to go home because I'm a house officer, so, but sometimes they will allow me to sit, and sometimes they might ask my colleague to assist me in maybe like holding the patient, or but I had to do everything myself, and I was literally staying alone at that time. But fast forward to my labor. As I said in my previous video, please, if you have not watched the video, go and watch the video of why I left YouTube. I made some explanations there about the type of delivery I had. So basically, during the last days of my antenatal, my doctor, who was in charge of me, still my oga at work, told me that I'm a short person, that I should try to have a cesarean section, and I said, hell no, I'm not going to have cesarean section. Like, you are not giving me an absolute indication for doing a cesarean section. So I don't think, like, I'm not convinced. Like, so I told him I would like to wait and see if the baby will come by itself. So I waited till like 40 weeks. The baby was not here. I waited till like 41 weeks. So, and then I told him that after I waited like the right amount of time I'm supposed to wait, and the baby is still not here, then I would like to try for an induction of labor. So I prepared my mind for induction of labor, and I went to the hospital. So you know how these general hospitals are, like the consultant you are with have a specific days of their operations and the delivery, like the specific days that particular consultant is on call. So, and which is Mondays for my organ, which is Mondays. So I went in on a Sunday for induction of labor, hoping that by Monday morning I would have given birth. So I went there, the induction, like, it was so I don't know, I felt so bad for all the patients that we have been treating. Not that I usually treat them anyhow, but like and then I start to feel their pain, because I was treated like a patient, and I was like, so this is what these people go through. It's not easy. Not like treating as a patient, I don't mean treating bad, you know, there's something when you are the doctor and there's another way when you are the patient. So I'm like, these people really go through a lot. So it's opened my eyes to another thing, like a lot of things that we just read in the book or we practicalize, but because you are not in their shoes, you really don't know how they are feeling. So I went in for induction. Luckily for me, it was one of my ogas who was also a Muslim. She's a female, so she helped me with it, and then I had to go back. Immediately they put the catheter in, I started feeling all sorts of pains, like like a menstrual. If you are someone that have menstrual pain, you know that, like, now maybe multiply it times, let's say from 1 to 1,000 and 100,000 now. Maybe like around that time it was still around 10,000 pain, because it was like higher degree of menstrual pain. That was what I was feeling around when they passed the catheter in, and then I couldn't even walk properly. I was walking like this, and then everybody was making jest of me, like, doctor, see the way you are walking, are you not the one that is supposed to do this, are you not the one that is supposed to do that? So I was told to go and rest and wait till the next morning, and they will continue the induction. So, like, to wait till the active phase of labor. So by the next morning, the nurse came. She woke me up. At that time, I was even having serious pain throughout the night. They had to give me medication because I couldn't take it. I was in pain. Then my parents were not with me at that period because I was still in the general ward. So I was in pain. The nurse came. She was like, "Yeah, the doctor, you should have read about things that will help you. You should have read about the breathing exercises. You should have read about." She was like, "Go here now, Google it. I will not give you any pain. You know, all those kind of any pain relief. Like, I should Google it and see, because there's still more to come." So I didn't even answer, because that time, my head was already doing like this. So I went to the labor room so that they can continue the induction. So they checked me. They put me on drip with oxytocin and all these things, you know, all those medical stuff they did, and I was dilating well according to time. Everything was going. 2 cm, 4 cm, 6 cm, 8 cm, 10 cm comes. Like, "Baby, come here." Baby, come here. Baby doesn't want to come. Baby, come here. I can't. Zainab, push, push, push. I was like, I'm trying. They were like, oh, don't make this. This is the time we need you to push. Zainab, push this baby out. I'm like, ooh. Everybody was screaming, but people were so nice to me because I think because I was a doctor, not like nice. They would just come, oh Zainab, you know, that kind of thing. Like my organs at work and all these things. At this point, I wasn't even thinking about one person is a male or one person is a female, but I took the pain so well. I'm so proud of myself. Like, mamas out there, raise your hand, be proud of yourself. You did it. So I took the pain so well. Not that I wasn't screaming. I actually did scream because we have been told not to scream. Because you screaming means that you're just wasting your energy that you will need later when you're supposed to push. And I didn't want a situation of whereby they will say maternal exhaustion, and then now you now have to go for CS. So I took the pain so well. I was praying. I was actually, that breathing exercise that woman told me the other time, that was what I ended up doing. So once the pain was coming, I started to breathe with it, and I think that was what helped me. And then when it got to the stage where I couldn't take it anymore, I would just be like, it's coming. I usually just be like that, like, I can feel the pain, it's coming. Anytime I say this, I'm trying to laugh as much as possible because anytime I say this story, I usually feel like crying. And I don't want to cry. Oh my goodness. These people have on their generator. So, after I got to 10 cm, the baby was supposed to come out and the baby wasn't coming out. They called the next person in charge. They tried, everybody was just putting their hand beside me like this, checking for dilation, looking for the baby at the head of the baby and everything. It was so crazy. And then later the consultant in charge came, and then she was like, Zainab, at this point we have to go in. This was since 9 o'clock in the morning. This was around 4 or 5 p.m. in the evening. Like, we have to go in for a cesarean section, and if we have to do it now because we don't want the baby to say due to birth asphyxia and all those stories. So I was like, why? This is CPD. Isn't this one? Why? He said the baby's not coming. I was like, oh God. So they had to prepare me for an emergency cesarean section, and I had to go. Then I remember going with my husband, and I was there telling him, I'm sorry, I wanted to do it myself. And he was like, this is not the time for you to say you're sorry. Just bring this baby out. Let them bring the baby out for now, and then we can talk about it. Like, we have tried, we have done well. It's not your fault. It's not in your, like in your power. Like, you literally tried, God has helped you, so now just get it. And you know the funniest thing, it was even during those periods light wasn't good in Nigeria. Like, I think maybe total blackout or something. Like, the hospital was literally now not only on gen, but they have to prioritize when to on the gen or not. So I remember the doctor had to be very fast because they literally begged them to wait, like there was an operation going on. And I remember when I was on the table, they kept calling the woman and saying, yeah, she fetched it on, and she was like, give me 30 minutes more, that will soon be done, we're just closing up and all these things. But basically, and then I remember when they brought out the baby, I didn't hear him crying, and then a friend of mine that was there, I asked her to please check the baby for me. I can't hear him cry. And then I was literally talking on the table. I didn't even know that was the way what's this called, anesthesia. I don't know that was the way it feels, because I've never had any reason to have a spinal or any form of anesthesia. So when they gave it to me, when they started touching me, I had to ask. I said, excuse me sir, I was talking to the anesthesiologist, like, is this the way I'm supposed to be feeling? Like, I'm literally feeling like electric shock all over me. And then the man was like, it's because you don't pay your NEPA bills. That's the way that's why you're feeling that way. Like, like, is this how I'm supposed to feel, so that we know, because it was not like, what do you feel? I said, I'm feeling electric shock all over. And he was like, yeah, that's the way you're supposed to feel, that you feel cool, you feel blah blah blah. I'm like, these patients are trying. It's so hard, really. It's hard to be a patient, and I really don't like to be a patient. It's not funny. It's not something that is funny. I pray for everyone that is sick out there. I pray that God perfects yes, God make you recover, because don't even let me go and say rubbish, because it's not funny. And then the healing after I got to after the operation finished and I was asked to be moved in. The funniest thing was that the following day, after I slept through, the following day I woke up. I could do a lot of things by myself. I didn't know that I was working on medication. I didn't know that I was it wasn't even funny. Like, I could stand up, I could brush my teeth myself, I could move from one corner of the bed to the other, and I wasn't feeling so much pain. Only for it to be in the afternoon or in the evening, around the time my parents came in, and then I couldn't even move my body. I couldn't even move from one side of the bed to another. And I was telling my husband, I did it this morning. What's going on? Why am I in pain? And then he was like, you didn't know that it was the medication that they've given you, that the painkillers are just wearing out. So that now is the time I'm feeling the pain. And I started to shiver. They had to treat me for malaria. Like, it's crazy, really. It's crazy. But alhamdulillah, I'm so grateful, because now I'm seeing my baby and I'm happy. He's such a cute boy. He's not he's not here right now. I'll show you guys, but I'm happy. At the end of the day, they say you forget, because by the time you are seeing your joy, imagine somebody that went through all that and at the end of the day lost the baby. How do you expect them to feel? So, like, we mothers, we are trying, we are really trying. It's only God that can reward us abundantly, really. It's something that is it's a very emotional thing for me. So basically, guys, that's it. Thank God for my mom. She literally had to stay in the hospital with me, taking care of me. I couldn't bathe for some days. I was just, wiping my body with water, warm water, and then clothes with soap. My mother did everything for me. And then I had to, it was even worse when I wanted to go to the toilet, like, just crazy. But alhamdulillah, we are all here now. Yummy mommy, yummy mommy. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. If there's any other video you want me to talk about, I'm hoping to film my miscarriage video soon, maybe, so that I can share with some people out there. If you have had a miscarriage before, maybe we can help you with one or two things. But basically, guys, that's it. I hope you continue to enjoy my videos. Please subscribe, please like, please share. I beg you. I'm looking to get to 1,000. They say we should claim what we want. I don't want to look at 500, because I'm far right now from 500, not to talk of 1,000, but I'm looking to get to 1,000 subscribers and my 4,000 hours of watch. So if there's any video you guys would like me to do, please let me know. Please watch my previous video and like them and share them. I love you guys so much, as always. Bye.